Okay, we are going to get started on making this kind of block, this quilt. Now, let's leave this right here and I'll show you. These are going to be these. This is going to be this. And then this and this and this is going to be the stars that are inside. So now we are going to get busy and we are going to start cutting out all of our pieces that we need for this. So now we want to start cutting all these right here out. So we can see how many blocks we're going to get out of those quarter, whatever you want to call them things. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to level up our block. Why ain't this cutting? I just changed the blade. Okay. Now we want to cut them in 3 inches. So we're going to get busy and cut them down to 3 inches. Look at that. I don't get that. That string. Look at that. What is going on? Okay, let's go on. Maybe it'll work its way out. That is sticking to the board. Wow, that's weird. Okay, I'm going to continue on though. Maybe it'll quit. Look at that. Man, I don't know. Maybe it'll quit. I hope. I just changed the blade. It's doing that to all of them. Alrighty. I'm not going to quit though. I am one that'll keep on going. And I just cut down the middle of that one. Don't know how bad that is, but we'll check it out in a minute. I don't get this. I don't understand it. What's going on? Okay. Now, we're down to that one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these up. And I'm going to lay them down here. Even with the stragglies on them. Because I don't think that's going to matter any. And we are going to cut them with this other ruler. Alright, let's take that one out. That one's got a fold in it, making us mess up here. Alrighty. Now then, we are going to use this ruler. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to line it up here. And then we're going to whack this off. Okay. Now we're going to turn it. And we're going to start making us some stars out of it. Be this way. Nope, that makes triangles. Oh my God, am I crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Put it on the 4th one. Level it up. Okay, there's just a first stack. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to make us another one. Let's seems like it's working itself out now. So we're doing pretty good, I reckon. But I'm going to continue on. Keep on going down some. 1, 2, 3, 4. Level it up. It's doing better. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to the very tip of it. Alright, we're going to cut out the rest of our blocks and all of our stars here, and then we'll be back to see how many we got. Okay, I have all them diamonds cut out, and I changed the last color because I didn't want too many blues in it. So now it is time to cut the squares. It will be this right here. So we are going to cut them. First thing we're going to do is we're going to level it out. And then we're going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4.
What? You're laying in there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You mind letting her out since you up? I think she'll probably got him.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She thought that was a bolt outside bird. I guess he's thinking, well, they let me out and go see the
Rick!
Yeah.
Hush.
Oh.
Alright, now we're going to open them up, and we're going to lay them straight. Oh, gotta iron that one. It's got a pleat in it. And so, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off our salvage edge. We're going to get rid of them. Then we're going to go 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need 96 of these. So, I'm going to get busy and I'm going to cut all these out. Okay, I have 4 blocks on each one, and then I have some more that is cut out. So now we need to cut the this part right here. So I have a stack here, and we need 4 on each one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line these 2 up, and I'm going to cut them in half. And I'm going to put them on each one that is the opposite of this one. This one right here. So, if you see, there's 2 different kinds here. Let's see if I can kind of pick them up here. See, there are 2 different ones. So, I'm going to put these that is opposite of these on the opposite one. And then that way, then they're all will end up being a different but the same. So here I go with those. Okay, I have all these ready to sew. Now, if you notice, they are a different type. You see how the blues on this one is different and so with those. Those are different, but they look kind of the same. So I want you to just look at the different ones that I have, because later on I'll have to come back and take a gander at it to make sure that I've got them the way they're supposed to be. You see what I'm talking about? Okay. Because I will lose what colors go to what. And all. I'm good at that. So, here we go to start sewing them together. So when I get my first block done, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. I had to take 2 blocks apart because I sewed them wrong. I'm not too good at this. Not this one anyway. So I'm still going to try to use these pieces, but if I don't, that's okay. I still have another way of doing it. But I did see in there on a tutorial, when I went and watched, said, what am I doing wrong? How they had 2 different colors. Let me show you the way they had it. I'm going to use these blocks. I'm still going to try to use these. How they had them like this, and I liked it. And I was like, well, you know what? I don't see why come I can't break these blocks down and do the same thing. So, I think that is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to sew them the way that that one tutorial I watched, how they did it, and that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to change that to that, because I like that better. Here is my first block. It doesn't lay flat, and I've done trimmed it, but this right here just didn't go too well. And see, I should have done more, did less right here. I got too much on that side. Or else I didn't put enough, one or the other. But it doesn't want to lay flat. But this is the first time I've ever did this block. So, I'm going to do a few more, and then when I get to a different color, then I'll show you what they look like. There's my second block. And that turned out so much better. See my first block, and here's my second block. Now let's look at the difference in the sizes of it. There's a difference. This one right here is probably going to be the pillow. So anyway, there's that one. I'm going to do a couple more before I show you what I've done, so that I'll have it down and we know what they look like. So, I'll see you then. Here is the other block. And I think they're going to look good side by side. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? Now, I'm going to get ready and we are going to show you how I sew them so that it will be easier on you. Because they're not that easy to sew, I'm going to tell you. But I found a way that is easier. Okay, so stay tuned. Alright, the first thing you want to do is you want to sew 2 of them together. Then when you get the 2 together, you want to sew 2 more together like this. Then you want to take and you want to cut the tips off. Like this. Then you want to sew these 2 together. And you want to put the middle together like this. One on one side and one on the other, the seam. Put you a needle in the middle of it. Line them up, which you're not lining up. Okay.
Whoa.
Alright. Now, you want to go, so each one all on their own. I gotta get this straight. This right here don't want to come out right for some reason. There we go. I think that might be it. Alright, I'm going to start past my pen, and I'm going to work it down.
That light's so bright you can't really see it, babe.
I don't know how to turn the light off.
Let me turn this off a minute. Let me see what I'm saying.
You want to go past where your pin is, past where the seam is, and you want to sew it. Now, we want to take, and I'm going to go ahead and take this one off and show you with it. And we'll work with just this one. Now we want to line this side up, and we want to do the same thing. Start on this side, line our material up, and then we want to sew it down. Now on the other two, we want to go and open it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put it down here and leave us the seam, down in the seam allowance right here, because you'll leave your enough seam allowance down there to do it. And let me get this a little bit more closer to it. This is time consuming. And then you want to pin this down. Then you want to sew it down. Can't get hold of my scissors. Alright, and then you want to take it and level it up over here on this side. And pin it down. Now so far I have not hit my pins. I don't go fast. You have to go slow with it. And then I go right where my seam is, and I pick it up and I bring it down the same way. Now when you come to the square blocks, you do them the identical way. But see here how it turned out? So there's the way you do it. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Say for instance you have a lower side. Let's turn it around this way. You got one that's going up, that's higher than the other. Put it on the lower side first, and then turn it around and level it out and pin it down and sew it. Doing, kitty? What you doing? Are you on my quilts again? Huh? Are you playing on my quilts again? Huh? You're not going to let me work on my quilt? Hmm? You want some attention? Where are you going? Where are you going to lay on my quilt? Huh? Huh? You going to lay on my quilt? Alrighty, I got all the blocks done, and I got them leveled out. And these right here is what they look like. I don't like the way this one turned out, but this is the first time I've done this block, and I don't really think it's going to matter too much. And then here's this one, and then this one, and then we got this one, and this one, and they are different. Like, you see how this one is blocked up with this color, and this one's this one. So they're just turned a little bit. Then here's this one. And these right here, they are the same. That came by accident. But you can't always go straight when you want to. And then this one and this one. See how they're different? And then it goes back to the other ones that I had done. So now I have 6 of this one and 6 of this one. So now I got to figure out how I want to lay them out. So I'm going to take them into my bedroom and we're going to check it out. Okay, now that I got the dogs moved off the bed, and I have it all laid out here. I have the most blocks at the top, right here, and then right here. So that's every other one. And then I have the off blocks in between those. I have them numbered with a pin like that right there is 22. Now what I'm going to do is this is 23, this is 22, 23. I'll get it right one day. On one set of blocks, I'm going to put a stripe up here, and a stripe down here. And then on this one, I'm going to put a stripe be down this side and this side. So now I need to go find my two colors that I want to be like that. And then I'll show you what we're going to do afterwards. So, I'll see you then. Okay, I have two different colors, but the same pattern on it. And I have these split up into two groups. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one and I'll put it on both sides, and I'm going to take this one and put it on both sides. And then when I do it, then they'll have a different color on each side. And I hope it looks good. But we're going to give it a try and see. So now, we'll set these aside. And we are going to start with the blue. And we are going to cut them. Oh, let's just take us a gander and say, what, about 2.5 inches? I think 2.5 inches would be good. So let's just take a look and see if that's what we want. Cut off a straggly first. Okay. Now, a 2.5 inch strip. And I think 2 inches will be fine. So we're going to cut them each 2 inches long, and then we're going to sew them onto the side. So we're going to get busy with that, and we're going to see how they look. Righty. Now then, we got that done. Now we're going to find the different colors and put on this one and that one the same thing. But we're just going to, you see what I'm trying to do here? Because if we don't, we're going to have a little hole right there. And we don't want that hole there. And it just really don't look right that way. So, I mean, if I wanted to do it, then I'd have a brown strip down through here. So I'd put blue in between and just put a strip down it. But that's not the way I want to do it. I want to do it this way. It's a different way. It's just from an offset from what you're really used to doing. And I'll change things around, make it different. So now I'm going to find me two different colors, and then I'll show them to you when I find them. Right. I found a white with different colors in it. And I thought I had put this color in here, but I don't see it in here. So this is what I found. And it's got all the other colors in it, you know, like the red, here's blue, white, pink. I mean, we got the same colors in there. So this is what I have decided to use. So we are going to level it up and scoot that down, and we are going to put them on one of the sides, or one set, and then I think I might find another one to go on the other one. So we're going to cut our 2-inch strips and get to sewing. Get to whacking, get to sewing. So we will enjoy another quilt being done. So, I'll show them to you when I get them done. I have some strips put on, but I only put them on one side. And I think I'm going to like this a whole lot better than having it on both sides. I mean, it does look totally different. Now, I need to iron them so they look better. But I think I like it. I think it's going to do good. Because I got this side going up, this side going down, going up and going down. So, I think that works out pretty good. and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to try to iron them all, and then see what I can do from there. I've got this much done on the quilt. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find something to put a border on it. I'm going to try to find something that I can put a wide border on it, because I think that it would look good with the wide border. So here I go to do that. I'm going to go with the same color that I did before. Let's see what we got here. We're going to level it up. Look a little bit more, and that's too much. I like to level off just as least as possible. But I want to leave me enough so I can crochet it to make a rug. I like to crochet, use the ends of them, and crochet a rug out of them. Boy, they sure do look good. And or even sewing a rug. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I want it wide. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think 8, my board is backwards here. I think that's going to be too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still think that's too much. Let's go 5. 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, we go 4. And I think I'm going to try to do some miter the corners. And that's where the corners are like this. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to get busy, and I'm going to whack all these and sew them and put them on the quilt. And when I go to do the corners, I'll show you how to do that. This is the way I have been taught to do it. We're going to put 5 inches on this end, and we're going to put a pin at 5 inches. That is to mark it. Okay? Now then, we're going to get our quilt top. Okay, we're going to get this corner. Now, we want to put the pin at the top. Let's get down here and make sure you see it. Right here at the corner, up here. And we're going to drape the 5 up and leave it there. So, we are going to take and we're going to go about a 1/2 inch down. We're going to pin it. Let's see, yeah, about a 1/2 inch down. I like a little bit of playroom up here. So whenever I go to do it, I have plenty of room to play with it. And then from here on down, we sew it. And sew it all of them is the way I do it. So we're going to sew all of them the same way, leaving this flat. And then when I get all the flaps ready to show, then I'll show you how to do it. I don't want you to misunderstand me. So, when you get here at the ending, let's go down to the ending, and you get to the ending of this, your thing, you want to make sure you leave a 1/2 inch too down here. So it'll be all of them. When you get on this one, you leave a 1/2 inch. On this one, on all your corners, all the sides. So I'll show you whenever I get done. I have them all on. Now I have a ruler here, and it is a 45-degree angle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the two corners together. I'm going to fold them like this, and I'm going to put a pin down here. Okay? Then I'm going to lay them straight like this. Now you don't want to go towards it. You want to go on the outside of it. So we're going to fold these together and we're going to lay it as flat as we can. If I can get my thing going the way I need it here. Okay. Now, the blanket or the quilt top is folded from here down to here. See, make sure you see what I'm saying. Okay, good. Alright, from here to here. Now, with this, you want to turn it this way, and you want to go from where your pin is, because you're right here in the corner of your pin, of your quilt. So we want to go from that corner, and we want to go out. We want it from tip to tip, and we want to go out. So, let me find, got me a white piece of chalk. I don't think it'll work, but we're going to try it. If not, alright. Line it up here, and we are going to, nope, it ain't going to work. 2 white. There we go. So let's take it, and let's chalk it down this way. Now I'm just going to take this one, and I'm going to sew it together, and then I'll be back and let you see this one, and then I'll go and do the rest of them. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I have this one side sewed. So I went ahead and I sewed right in here where I left my 1/2 inch, and I sewed it up too. So now let's turn it around here for the unveiling. You see how it turned out? It turned out good. Now all we have to do is we have to cut this off. Now you want to make sure when you go to cut it that you leave your 1/4 seam allowance. And I can't see my thread. And we want to cut it out. So, there we go with that. And now we'll put that aside. And that's how you get those mitered corners. I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. So now I got 3 more to do. So let's get busy on it. Okay, I have the quilt top done. And my mitered corners turned out really, really good. And if I would have made them like 8 inches, I could have also put scallops on there. But I didn't, because I want to finish this quilt top. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the internet like this, because my dog went to the vet today, and when she comes home and all, they're going to keep her for 48 hours. But when they bring her back, I'm going to have to be taking care of her. So, if you want to know how to do the quilt everywhere, cut me off. So, if you want to know how to do the rest of it, just check out one of my other tutorials on my quilts, and it'll show you how to do it. So, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope I made it easy for you, and I hope you enjoy sewing. I love you guys. Bye.